Well, I didn't dig this up, but I found where I had it. What's going on? YouTubers, stackers, collectors. I'm new to this video stuff, but I'm going to try to figure it out. I think I need a tripod, that's for sure. I don't even remember what year. Well, 25th anniversary. I haven't Googled it. I'm just going to check it out with you folks without really knowing anything. Maybe I'll learn something on the way. It's been a while. I haven't looked at these for over 7 years before I stashed them. I do know one. I think I remember opening it up. The one that I did open out of the gift wrap years ago. I don't even know what year. I'll find out soon when I open it. I'm thinking 2011. But I think I remember some toning going on. And there's 5 coins in there, so gonna find out. I don't know whether I'm gonna try to show you some more on this video. If I can learn how to edit, I will. Alright then. Dang, this is a long box. I'm thinking this is not portrait. I forget. Yeah, maybe this is not portrait mode. What's the other one? Landscape. Yeah, I'm going to try to do this with one hand on the camera and one hand doing the work. Anyhow, so it's been about 5 minutes since I tried to, since I filmed the first part of this video. The one with Slinger in the background at the beginning. Google Slinger. Yeah, just Google Slinger. Over and out. Hang on. That was fun. Okay. And this is hard on the back. Anyhow, so this is it. Yeah, I don't remember what it is. Kind of, sort of, but not really. But I remember when I used to get stuff from the mint. Occasionally. Not a lot. I got some burnished silver eagles from the mint. And it was... I thought it was expensive back then, but nowadays it's probably doesn't seem so. Just in silver alone, I kind of started out as a collector, just a dumb collector. Had the little albums where you stick the penny or the nickel or the dime or the quarter or the $50 in it, and and then you became interested in baseball and girls and stuff like that. So, and then fast forward, I'm an adult, and eventually I got into stacking because I read a novel series called Out of the Ashes, William J. Johnstone, I think. And that planted the seed. Then I found out that I had somebody I graduated high school with. They were a coin collector, and they were a little bit more paranoid about the country and fiat currencies than I was at the time, and so I was influenced by others, and then I just became a stacker with a little bit of collector in me, because if I could buy something that was in a slab or was somehow special, proof, whatever, and I could get it close to melt, I bought it. And I don't even remember when I don't know when the internet started, but when I got into it and started stacking seriously, I just went to the coin shop my buddy went to. It was very fair. I was always under the impression that if you, they would have the spot there. They had a continuous screen thing going. Anyhow, so I was just under the impression if they bought anything, they bought it 5 or 10% behind that magic number spot price. And if they were selling it, it was 5 to 10% in front of it, or on top of it. I've been in businesses. That's called profit. I had no problems. So anyway, I didn't dwell on that stuff. If I had money, and when I was really fervently stacking, I scrimped. I ate well. I ate out of the woods a lot. I was a hunter, but I didn't. And I was still got my food preps and water and first aid and lead and brass and boomsticks and stuff like that. I don't have any of that stuff anymore. That's a different video. But anyhow, that's more of a Second Amendment type thing. But so this is it. So without any further ado, this is the same gift card that I found this tucked in this ribbon. It's like a cord though. So I'll set that over there. Those are kind of cool. And this, not really worried about hurting any of this cloth stuff, but, you know, I'd rather not. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay. It flips down a little bit. Isn't that nice? Yeah. Well, let me see if I can just, this is going to take two hands, I think. Maybe. Let's see. Maybe two hands and a knee. No, it's going to take two hands. Hold on. Still don't know anything. But it's a cool box. Presentation. Alright, here we go. Is this an unveiling or is there going to be another layer of stuff? Nope, there they are. Okay, last time I looked at them, they had gone, I don't know, about 56 or 700 miles. Priority mail. No, that's not a reflection, folks. That's, once I pull it out of there, get closer, maybe better lighting, but that's like discoloration, tarnish, toning, and then this one here, and then 2011, okay. And I kind of do remember, I'm thinking I paid like $2.99 or $300 or something like that. I remember that because that was the most I ever spent at the minute one time. Because with those burnished things, I was on a subscription. I just get them. And I get one of this and one of that. And then I stopped doing that once I figured out, on eBay, you can just be patient and get it for kind of less, way less sometimes. Not that I ever did that, I don't think. I don't know, I don't remember. Anyhow, so this has a little bit of that toning up there in the, there we go, kind of top left. And that might be like a reverse proof. I used to know all this stuff. And that one there, that might be a proof. This one here might be regular bullion. Whoops, that one there, regular bullion. That one. This, I don't know what the heck that is. That could be a proof instead of that one. That might be burnished right here. That middle one. That I'm fairly confident that would be a reverse proof. So anyway, let's see if we get these out one-handed. I know that one will come out. And they were, by the way, when it's got a certificate of authenticity thingy, I bet, underneath there. But they were jostled about when I opened it up after its long trip. But I like Silver Eagles. You know, man, I'm kind of glad I didn't watch videos that I've been watching lately. And there's a lot of great content out there. I mean, there's guys that'll show you beautiful coins, big stacks. And they'll talk about the politics behind silver pricing, the COMEX, crooks, all that stuff. And then people tell you how to store it properly, which I probably unwittingly ignored every piece of good advice about there as far as stashing, hiding, and stuff. I buried shit. I've got a bucket that I know has been. It's not the first time I've dug it up. Trust me. And I'm kind of. I know I have a monster box. You know, one of them green boxes. Just picked it up along the way, empty. And my goal is to fill it with eagles. when I could get them, at spot or melt or whatever you want to call it back then. I haven't purchased any precious metals since late 2016, and that was, I think, 1/10 ounce gold eagles. And I know I paid the same price as if I would have bought just a 1 ounce silver gold eagle, because I took a couple friends in there. They each got those, and I paid the same price for my fractional ounce as they did for their 1 ounce coins. But by that time, I'd had I think, a really good relationship with my local coin shop dealer. I don't even know if he's still alive. I know his son was kind of an adultish son, was involved somewhere along the way, so maybe he's taken it over, or maybe that town that it was in has just gone through a complete upheaval, gentrification, whatever. It was very near a county courthouse, very historic courthouse. But anyhow, maybe that's some homework I can do. Sorry, I'm kind of ignorant. But anyway, so these are the backs of them, and then this is that toned one. I'm doing this with a phone, so the lens is on the other side of this phone, and I think it's up in one of the corners. Yeah, it's up in the corner, so I'm having difficulty adjusting that. But so that's color. I mean, that's not. I'm not doing any. I'm just doing this outside. There's no lighting involved or anything. That gal back there carrying on what looks like wheat or whatever with her hand out. She's kind of hot, but anyhow, this also doesn't have quite as much, but definitely has some little bit of color in it. Maybe that is. No, there you can see it better. I don't think that's my skin, or it's not as evident as the front. And then down at the bottom, it got some kind of, what is that, like kind of purplish with blue, and I'm sure there's a Toyota color name that would match that, Calvary blue or something like that. But I just think these eagles are beautiful. I didn't know any better when I just went, kind of single-minded after I'd gotten everything else squared away. Different metals, brass, lead, polymers, things like that. Oops, there we go. And but I just loved them. Now that if I could get a deal on, when I say deal, close to spot at the time, which I can't tell you what it was. Didn't really, only paid attention to it in the heat of the moment. So this one, I'm not sure what it is. This might be the reverse proof. I think I said that earlier, but that's a cool coin. Now, by the time I ordered this, I had learned about sets and how they can increase in value. There was I think it was a JFK half, some kind of proof. I think it was a regular bullion burnished, regular bullion proof, and then a reverse proof. I think those 3 coins. My buddy had one, and I tried to talk him out of that for a long time, until I left that state. And this must be the most valuable one, because it's having a hard time coming out. But anyhow, it was beautiful. And so by that time, eBay was around, and I'd probably already been eBaying, but I was eBaying furniture. I ended up specializing in barrister bookcases, because I'd say 90%, by the time I figured out, 90% of the barrister bookcases I sold on eBay, I sold in parts or kind of disassembled, just to save on shipping. Because Greyhound, and I remember it was a hassle, but I didn't do too many of those online where I would ship them. Occasionally, when I first started selling them, that's when I figured out, oh man, I just start selling the knobs and the hinges and the what you call it, the tag in the bag. Globe Wernicke. Globe Wernicke, that was my favorite, but there were some others. Macy, I forget already. A lot of them made in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I do remember having a really cool one that already was modular, had not been glued or nailed together, and that kind of helped me come up with the idea of sewing them in parts, because parts is parts. Maybe. I don't want to hurt. There we go. So, yeah, these are. So I've got maple. I probably got at least a couple tubes of maples. Oh, there's a mint mark. I wasn't paying attention at these others. I know there were some made in West Point, maybe. I don't know. I'll go look. I think that was a W. But anyway, they're just really cool, kind of old school style coins. I've got some junk silver that I forgot to sell in 2000, or probably didn't find it. I found it after I sold a bunch of stuff that I called it my ugly stuff. Chains, broken chains and rings. I sold my PGA ring. I think that was 14. That might have only been 10 karat. Jostens. I had a varsity award ring. Jostens. That's probably 10 karat. I didn't care. Sold by Wade. Took a photo of it on the scales. I even learned how to do. I was very web challenged, but I learned even how to do HTML through a book. Bought a book. So I could save money on my photos, because if you went over a couple photos or something, you had to pay extra, and I didn't want to do that because I was selling pottery, Ohio-made pottery specifically. Occasionally Van Briggle, which I think they started in Ohio, or at least the Midwest, but moved out to Colorado Springs because of one of them was ill. It was a husband and wife pottery couple team. And believe it or not, vintage postcards, old ones. The best ones, the easiest and best they were called real photo postcards of old towns, and there'd be handwriting at the bottom. And some photographer back then, I'm talking early 20th century, 1910, 10 or earlier, even had some leather postcards made out of leather with the canceled stamp and a message. It was really cool. Those things went for big money. So I went to state auctions and all that, and occasionally I'd buy. I didn't buy much gold at auctions because other people had already figured that out. They were buying, just junk jewelry for, start behind melt, and then I don't know. I realized I don't. The prices had already gone up higher than what I would have been willing to pay on old junky jewelry and take a chance on trying to either sell it, because that didn't fit into my stacking plans. I'm not saying that jewelry's not good to have, if it's 18 karat or 14 karat or even 10 karat. But, that's got a P. There we go. So that's a Philadelphia. What did we say this one was? I forget already. Oh man, I should have done this beforehand, but I kind of wanted to have you. Anyway, they all. I'll do some research and see what's got what. But this one here has no mint mark that I'm aware of. That's got the W. Now, that means something. I don't know. I'll find out. Maybe if it matters. I don't really care about that stuff anymore. I mean, it's just been so many years, and then, my priorities have been really changed a lot since I had to just abruptly move really quickly to come back and help my wife take care of her elderly folks. And it was really far from Ohio. I'm from Ohio, central southern, close to Appalachia. Oh, there's another W, so maybe they're not that special. That's the really. Oh man, I think I knew the term toned back then. So that'd be 2017, yeah, when the last time I saw these things. But back in the day, I did tarnish? I don't know. I didn't pay attention to that stuff. My stacking goals were completely different. I was one of those know. I guess, it's not paranoia if they really are out to get you, but I just read a series of novels and then, just started stacking, and then I'd find another book. There's this one book about the after effects of an EMP. It's called 1 Second After. I forget the author's last name. Starts with an F, I think. But anyhow, so I just had a mindset. I actually used the gold silver ratio to figure out how much gold I needed to have versus the amount of silver I had, because I knew someday I was going to have to be concerned with the sheer weight of silver. So I said I got lucky. Then eBay, 2011, I decided to sell all my stuff, junk stuff. I know I sold they call it constitutional now. I sold some old Balboas. Now they come out of my dad's collection, so I really didn't have anything in those. And a lot of this stuff I've either bartered or traded for, or definitely traded something I had of value, the equal value to the gold or the silver or whatever, because you start meeting people through other collectors, coin collectors, and sometimes people need money, need cash, and if you're willing to give them what a coin shop would give them, why not? But sometimes I would trade something of value that let's say I might have $100 in, and they've got $400 worth of something, and if I trade it, what I got $100 to them for something that's worth $400, do I care what they have in what they had? I don't care. It's a win-win. Everybody's winning. Especially if I could trade a bookcase, maybe a 3-stack Globe Warnicki, which I think back then, between 2001 and 2015, they could go for $300, $400, $500, depending on. They did have different bases and different tops, and that did make a difference. Some were oak, there were some mahogany. I think years later they even made some out of metal, like in the 40s or the 50s. But anyhow, that's it. Maybe I should do some research and add it onto this video, or just redo a lot of this if I can learn how to edit. So wish me luck. What do all the others say? Like and subscribe. But anyhow, all right then. Hey, I almost forgot. Just in case I am successful at learning how to edit, so it doesn't get too many kind comments about my amateurish techniques. I was wondering, what do you folks think? Should I open this? Should I ungift wrap it? Should I unwrap it to see if its second coin from the left is toned like this one was? Or I'm not really that concerned about. I mean, I'm still kind of a shit hit the fan. Oop, SHTF stacker. I think if I could turn this into an equivalent value of gold, I might. Especially if it was like a buffalo or an eagle, or even one of these Libertads that a lot of people are excited about. But anyway, what's your thoughts? Maybe put it in the comments. I think I've got 1 subscriber. So, but that's not necessary. It's kind of more of a therapeutic, cathartic type lesson, exercise, to where maybe I can get some answers from people out there that I've already been following or subscribed to, and see what they think. Should I hang on to it? Let's say I needed to sell it because I needed some cash, and I remember at the time, that's how I remember it was like $300, because I was saying $60 a coin. No way. But I'll tell you what led me to do it was my coin dealer brought it up to me, and he wanted me to buy 5 of them for him. I never got as far as to asking or talking about what was in it for me. because I said, nah, I'm not interested in that. And I wasn't being dishonest by not telling him in subsequent visits that, oh, hey, yeah, I bought a couple of those and I got him gift wrap. What do you think? No, but you folks, I definitely. What do you think? If I had to sell it for whatever reason, maybe my computer broke. I better not have to worry about it. Besides, that's underwarranty because I actually broke out some fiat and got me a new laptop. The last one it's not dead, but I think if I keep using it, it's going to die. And there's some photos on there of 2 or 3 dogs ago that I don't want to lose until I can figure out how to transfer them onto this new 1 terabyte memory. It's a lot of memory, super fast. It's nice. I don't know how to use it, but I mean, I can watch YouTube on it, and that's good enough for me right now. Even though I'm on a 70-year plan. I'm just a little over 5 years away from the end of that plan, where I normally wouldn't even be concerned about what my silver was worth, silver or gold's worth. But anyway, yeah, I got a bucket I still got to go through, and maybe, I don't know if you guys would be interested in looking at that. I know what the gold box is. I got to just, again, no one wanted them. No one liked the, oh, do you remember the spouse coins, the gold spouse coins? They were half ounces. And if a president, I forget which president, didn't have a wife, so they put, I don't know, an eagle or something, a bouquet, I don't know, something on, maybe an animal, I forget which president, but, so yeah, I'll have to try to remember where I got those. I didn't get them all at the same time, but I got them all from the same guy. And so anyhow, yeah, that's it. I'm pretty sure there's some gold in that bag. And hopefully, I've got a 1/20th ounce platinum kookaburra. Could be a kangaroo, but I kind of think it's a kookaburra. And there's all kinds of neat stuff in there. Hopefully, I can find that green monster box. I'm pretty sure I don't remember. I'll find out. I'll find out. I couldn't have gone anywhere, and I know if I'm having a hard time finding this stuff, no, I don't think anybody else could find it. Because I got all kinds of time on my hands. After that COVID stuff, I decided I'm just going to take my Social Security early and exhale from the rat race and move on. Anyhow, tell me what you think in the comments. Should I unwrap the gift wrap one? If I were to sell it, what do you think it'd be worth? The unopened one, or the wrapped one, or the one that I opened with that one toned / tarnished coin. Anyway, I appreciate any feedback. All right, then.